Hello guys, welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, we want to bring you the latest Arsenal news update as they drop all over the world. So for now, I'm gonna start with tonight's show. Now, I think I don't do a press conference ahead of the match where we won't play against Atletico Madrid at the Arsenal Stadium. So part of the things I think I talk at the press conference where they ask and say, shey una dey look wetin other people sef dey do before una go dey train, come approach games. I think I say regardless of wetin una dey talk, every match in the EPL is a must win. So we know what is at stake. In fact, let me take you to exactly wetin I think I talk on whether results elsewhere add a spring to our step in training. Ateta said, I haven't noticed that, but obviously there is a lot of narrative afterwards, but that's it. Every game in this league is a must win and a very difficult game to win. We are all very appreciative of that, so you don't get carried away with any of that. Let me tell you what the dog say, amidst all the hype, all the praises, all the encomiums, make the players put their eyes on the prize. Don't get carried away. He said, there is no amount of motivation. There is no amount of thing where we go talk with the players no know. The players, I keep saying this, the players want to win the league more than we want them to win the league. The day you understand that, you go know say some kind of criticism wey dey give the players, you no even need am. Because dem get that hunger, that desire to succeed. More than we even want them to succeed. If they banter Arsenal fans, say, "Na never win the league, na never win the league," how you think say the players go will be the Arsenal players feel about not winning the league? No be say na dem dey all the 20-something years old never win the league. Some of them say they just start their own Arsenal career. Some just dey like maybe 5 years. Get no be them dey all those tenure. Some kind of people dey Aubameyang there, and the Sanchez, all of them. Why they say no win the league? It's no easy. Get. But now, the onus lies on this crop of Arsenal players wey dey here. And na them won't help us break the jinx. So I love the way Ateta diplomatically answered that particular question. Let me take you through the very important areas of the press conference. Because the transcript is out. If you want to see this transcript, go on the Arsenal website, you will see I'm there. Now, on the mentality after beating Fulham, Ateta said, it's very happy, obviously, and especially after the international break, when you know that you have to align and regroup everybody. You could tell that in the first 10 minutes we were a bit still getting that rhythm, but afterwards, watching the game back, I think that we deserve to win. There are things to improve, but we take the win and we move on now for the Champions League match. Now, on Piero Hincapié, I think I confirm say yes, he will be available. I think the Fulham game came a bit too early for him, so he had another two good very sessions, and now he's ready to go. Now, on coming up against Diego Simeone after how highly he rates him, he gets. So, look at take another thing. I don't want to go enter that side. Now, away from that particular one, so they're going to ask Ateta other questions. On why Simeone's team is so difficult to play against, because Diego Simeone team get this reputation for being very, very defensively minded. Get when they play, although we don't know how they will take on play. Because when I go see their squad, they travel come England, come Emirates. I go see show you the squad. Then get Gallagher there, Conor Gallagher. They have some offensive players, but I'm not going to know the shape where them go use approach this game. Now, Ateta say first of all the willingness to win. You can sense that in every ball, in every single year, the way they play. So it's about how they compete, and then after how they play. I think there are two different things. In order to have to analyze what they are, the level of organization is really high, the level of discipline is really high, and then they have acquired a lot of talents throughout the years that are very specific for the needs and the way they want to play, and they are very, very good at exploiting those opportunities. Yes, Julian Alvarez is going to be very, very key. He's a familiar foe. We knew him during his days at Manchester City. Although he didn't really play much. Yes, Eliala and Naimi Dalabara then, first 11. So him sometimes they will combine both, sometimes he will be on the bench, so he didn't really have enough game time. That was why he ran away to La Liga. We ain't gonna race supreme. He play like very, very well. The guy do so well for himself. Now, away from that, they could ask Arteta about Gabriel Hines, will be one of the assistant coaches where we get. Say, what did that guy don't bring to our defense? Because this guy, during his own time, now one of the best defenders. So I think that's something very, very collective with all the coaches, with the players, with their commitment as well. And Gabriel added something rather different. That willingness to win. We've seen that throughout his career. That experience to win and elevate somebody's level, ambition, and drive to the highest limits, and is extraordinary at that. Now, on whether results elsewhere, okay, I think I've taken that particular one. On whether it's harder to prepare for a game against a long-term serving manager, that's against El Cholo, we'll skip that one. Now, on whether Saliba, I don't say I've been telling yesterday, Saliba after the, I think it was yesterday for yesterday, Saliba after the Fulham game, Saliba on the watch, I think it was Osasuna versus Atletico thereabouts. I can't remember the two Atletico they play, but then watch them, Atletico beats those ones. So they come there and say, your player they watch this match. When are you saying they go to watch? I mean, all that kind of thing. So I think I say I'm very pleased that Saliba is being proactive because nobody me tell them they go do them. I didn't encourage it. So it came from them, which means them in the sense of plural, which is not really Saliba. The plans will go down. Now, that's the most powerful thing. A game finishes, the job is done, but now what is next? What's the next challenge? What's the next opportunity? We know that it's going to be a really tough one. So the earlier we start to think about it and prepare, the better. I love that initiative from the players, and it tells you how much they want it and how focused they are on what is next. On using Simeone as an inspiration for his longevity, that's that one, Jerry. Now, on why we are so effective at set pieces. Arteta said we keep evolving and keep improving. It's a system that when you put it in place, the system has to learn every single day, every single game to become better. That's in relation to the players that we have and what we learn from ourselves, and as well what we learn from the opposition, and try to be as consistent as possible. In order to do that, you have to give importance to certain topics to become really important, and we try to do that in the way that we share the time and the focus in the game preparation, and then it's the delivery. There is no way you will talk about our set piece prowess without mentioning the delivery system. Marco Silva self talker. See, no be really about people where they attack the header. What about the delivery? See our corner kicks, why people find it very, very difficult to stop it, because the process will lead up to that success is very, very flawless. It's very, very perfect. First, you look at the person who delivered the thing. Rice, Bukayo Saka, the delivery system. One. Second, the blockers. Without the blockers, Magalhaes don't get a field day. Saliba is doing a very important blocking job. You may not see it, but it is there. In the block, in the add chaos to that defense. Maybe the keeper not go become aside. Then we know say we get better. We say if he jump, compete with everybody, in the more likely probability wise to win the header. So when you add the mix of the delivery system, the blockers, then leave everything for Magalhaes. Say me come put your Uriadi everywhere is too. That is why people know say they don't feel stop the first one, the delivery. They cannot stop the blocking, because you can't stop Saliba from blocking. You add to the blocking, none of them will block the keeper. That is why they can't focus on number 3, Magalhaes. Fulham don't try him. Nobody Fulham say don't do him. Put in 2 men. 2 men say the 2 men know they look the delivery, they just face Magalhaes, you know they look at. In fact, that is supposed to give us penalty, because you know they look ball. You just want block and make Magalhaes go 4 down one day. A penalty with that. Unless maybe they could talk say it's not sufficient, because I'm familiar with their game. So unless maybe they will do something like that against us, but that's fine. Now, on how Gabriel Hines one-on-one sessions help the players. This man, true, I don't watch in one-on-one sessions. I've watched the one he did with Matthew Skelly, when they really talk to the guy, gets how to defend and all that. So the guy, like Arteta said, is doing very well because that experience, because him already during his own time, him good. So his own experience, Arteta can say, if somebody tells you, if you do that, you are going to be successful, and you know that that person has already done it and he has been successful, it's a lot of credibility there, because you are learning from a winner. You don't go doubt, say, this is what you they tell me, what you even do in your own time. You don't say he was a success in his own time. That's just the thing. Now, on getting 9 points in the last 3 games in the league, Ateta said we have to get as much information as we can and understand the reasons why we dropped certain points last season, and then try to implement those things. To be fair, sometimes from a draw to a win, there are details and things that have to go your way. But it's true that the team shows a different kind of maturity, threats, and probably conviction at this stage. But it's still very early. We have to do it now for another 30 games. And that's going to be the objective. Which is why Ateta said every match in this league is now a must-win. We have to go with the mindset of winning that game. That's what it will be at the end of the day. Yes. Now, on being favorite, the narrative now we say Arsenal go win the league, Arsenal go win the league, Arsenal favorite, Arsenal favorite. On being favorites for the Premier League title, Ateta said the only thing I embrace is when I see the team, the energy, the temperature, the commitment, the quality that they can deliver. That it gives me that conviction that we can go all the way, but that's it. That's just a feeling. Then the next day you have to prove it. The next training session, you have to prove it, and nothing else. We cannot be busy thinking about those topics of favoritism. Oh, now I go win now, and I get the best squad. No, you can have the best squad and still not succeed. So you have to show what. I think that they bust my brain. You have to show workings. You get. Nobody will give you the league on a platter of gold. You have to take it. Be prepared to fight for it. So I just the episode. I think that's where we'll come to the end of Ateta's press conference. I just take some notable parts. We could discuss them now. I saw this image, this story on Fabrizio Romano's page. So it's a sad one. So they say a promising Senegalese goalkeeper, Sheikh Toure, has tragically passed away at 18 years old. So then Tricam say in the come trial for one agent, he can't go. He can't be saying that kidnappers. They can't carry and asking family for ransom. Last, you can work out, and so they buy the guy. So people they say prayer 1 or 2 for the guy. Well, Mr. Sheikh, may your soul rest in peace. Yes. May your soul and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen. What a sad one. And that's not about Ghana. That's it happened. Yes, a club in Ghana. And now they invite and come Ghana. Like, it's quite sad, but that's so sad. May your soul rest in peace. Now, away from that, so one of you say Ryan Gravenberch already suffered twisted ankle injury, and he go undergo tests. Yes. So I know well when they do the test finish, we will know whether the thing they very tough. We know the severity of this particular injury, because when I saw it, I was like, wow. Like I say Liverpool, many things on the happen. many things on the happen to Liverpool. Liverpool don't see their period again. And if you like for Champions League self, now Real Madrid they play. If like say they go away to Real Madrid. Now I'm saying Mbappe the odds and Agula, all of them the odds. Yeah. So make I see other match could be. When they go there, come back, they'll come go to the G-Tech Community Stadium. G-Tech. When we say we don't say that place. That is now one of the toughest away grounds. You see G-Tech, you see Amex. Amex of Brighton. Those places are one of the toughest places. Even Fulham Craven Cottage, St. James's Park. All these people, they're not going to fight for league with you. They're not going to fight up for with you. But when you come there upset, they will let you know. So for you are a nobody. So I want to see how this Liverpool they do promo. And they go take fair for the G-Tech community. So we might even see a situation whereby Liverpool will go like 6 straight losses. Or maybe 5. Before Trent will play against the former team, Trent not recover from the Roman breakdown. So much, I'm really interested in seeing how Liverpool navigate through all this top legs. But then now, I'm keenly interested to see how they will do it. Now let's bring a message from one of our sponsors who has this Acura. Again, so this Acura is for sale. Acura ZDX. 2010 model, mileage is 118,213 kilometers. It's a 100% accident-free vehicle. Then it's extremely clean, slightly used locally. Yes. So the location of Wiri, Imo State. Now where the car is grey color, the price is 12 million. And if you're interested in this piece of beauty, you call Mr. Jonas on 0039384604, aka Joe. Get for this Acura ZDS. I will show you some other pictures of the car. That's the front, that's the engine, that's the boots. Get so the car, we check out, confirm and leather design. So if you're interested in this car, look down on the screen, you see the number of Mr. Joe. You can write it down and give him a call so that I can schedule when you go and inspect and when I do the business. Get so that's that about that. Now, we will go on to other news. Away from that, the Metro, when they let us know, say, Alan Shearer, they talk, say, Mikel Arteta spent too much money for one player when signed. When I saw these reports from the Metro, I was like, ooh, Alan Shearer, they talk about it. So when I clicked the story, I saw Alan Shearer has praised one of Arsenal's summer signings with the club, top of the Premier League. He says Mikel Arteta still paid too much for him. So when you read the entirety of this particular report, he's talking about Gyökeres. So he said, I think they paid too much for him. I would say the same with Benjamin Sesko at Manchester United. The Premier League legend said on the Rest is Football podcast. Yes, so now what's in the talk? When I read the story, I just laugh. You think we paid too much for him? How much Newcastle buy Nick Volteman? Do they make Bayern Munich CEOs? He talks the names when they call Newcastle. I don't even mention that name here because the guy called them like bad things. Yeah, don't even mention that. How much you buy Nick Volteman? How much will we buy Gyökeres? How much you sell Isak? See, one thing about this market, say, no you they in control of the market. If you need player, the person who wants sell him, now you tell you say like this, so now I want sell him. It is left for you to come and say you want to buy or don't want to buy. For example, Nick Volteman. Now Bayern me I know, according to Florian Plettenberg, now Bayern me I know say won't sign this guy, but because the price was so high, Bayern took a choice and they said, well, no, they buy. That price is ridiculous. But another person feels say the price where you feel say they're ridiculous, it's okay for them. For example, look at Declan Rice. Man City did not allow Arsenal to buy Declan Rice because they just chose to. It was because of the price. They felt he was overpriced. You get? So we now, we put our money where our mouth is. We went and bought the player. At the end of the day, we are getting massive return on investment. So that is what is going to be very, very key, what you will judge. So this is how they talk. How much you buy Gyökeres to say it's too expensive? Like, I don't really know where this is coming from, but that's fine. That's your own opinion. Now, away from that. All right, so TNT Sports Football, what the talk says, since Gabriel Magalhaes joined Arsenal, he is the only centre back to have scored 20 Premier League goals. To have reached 20 Premier League goal contributions, more than a defender. In fact, every day I could hear Pidgin is the best defender. Pidgin is the best. What in they defend? How is he a defensive leader? What in they do? Children don't want to watch us when they blame the KKs, they blame KKs. You, what in they do? Me personally, able to say when they run away from some kind situations. You go leave Konate, make Konate go. You go they hide. Get every day they go say I be defend. Me, I feel say once Arsenal just win one thing like major, not really domestic cups, Champions League or the league, that narrative of that is the very defense would die. Because at the end of the day, they will still judge you on what you have won. Yes. So if Magalhaes start to win something, oh man, nobody will talk on him when Barak is the best defender nonsense. Hey, because I don't really see what they defend. They don't just want to criticize her. What they defend. Now, TNT Sports Football when they talk say Arsenal are top of the league by 3 points and have already played Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Newcastle. These are 4 tough teams. Yet we are still top of the league. Now normal level. So we don't play our own tough patch. Now our time to enjoy chop fried rice and chicken. So make Liverpool say both face their own turbulence. In fact, do you know that what is happening to Liverpool now is what we expected to happen to them last season, but it never happened. Check out throughout that last season, Liverpool never went through any bad patch. They never. But this season, it clear like DSTV, clear. Yeah. So we see, yeah. So and that's how it will be. Later I'll go check Man City calendar, so make I even see who and who they play. In fact, Man City, I think after the international break, Man City they will play Aston Villa. But I don't know whether it's Villa Park or the Etihad. But they just played the last one for Etihad. I don't know that it's better because we now have a resurgent Aston Villa side. we say they don't get their mojo back. So they can be a very tough opponent. Yeah, so like anything can happen. Yes. The more you see how all these things go fair at the end of the day. When you even go to the Arsenal website, you go see this particular story on Mikel Merino, because today, as Ateta they do in press conference, Merino self they do his own press conference. For those who watch out, Ateta they do his own, Merino they do his own. Yeah, so Merino called the talk, so we have an amazing squad. This squad we Ateta don't assemble. So it's very, very amazing. Because Merino believes we have an amazing squad in every position and that the team is full confidence, and we head into our clash against Atletico Madrid. The team is full of confidence, rather. Now, Merino say we have an amazing squad because in every position we get 2 top players and the midfield is the same thing. Now, Merino can talk say it's been an amazing start of the season for us. I think there's always a lot of expectations on how the season starts, but to be honest, the most important thing is how the season ends. I agree. 100, I agree with you. Now, it's good that we are in a good momentum now. The team is full of confidence and we're in a good streak at the moment, but obviously this is a long journey, and the good thing is we are mentally ready to approach it and give the best of us. That's a bold statement. Now, one of the key reasons to our impressive starts of the season has been our defensive solidity, conceding just 3 goals across all competition. So the content time Merino said, then ask Ateta, how would they concede 3 goals so far? Ateta say, first of all, it has to be from the inside. You have to love to defend. You have to love. In fact, I don't even know that Mikel Ateta been Mikel Merino because they are Mikel. I don't know who this statement go, but more just assume say Mikel Merino because I did the interview. Now, they say, first of all, it has to be from the inside. You have to love to defend. You have to love not to concede goals. Sometimes everyone, maybe in different teams, the main focus is to score, maybe to make a beautiful pass and to enjoy the little inside. But to be honest, if you want to be a champion, you need to be an all-around team. If you can keep a clean sheet, the chances of you winning the game is massive. Then having such good quality players like we have, and the mentality that we all have as a team is crucial. Yes. Now, finally, Baba the talk say it's tough at the moment now. It is tough for Ateta to select who is going to play because he has quality all over the squad. And whenever I'm not starting, or whenever I'm starting, the mentality has to be the same. Try to help the team. Impact the game in the way you can. Not only with goals or assists, but also defensive rates. Try to be in the right spots for your teammates to be free. Then Mikel can talk the sweetest thing what I love. He said the mentality as a whole is not to try to be the main character in the play, but to play your role, even if it is coming from the bench. Try to do it the best way possible and try to help the team achieve the most important thing, which is what? To win. That's the most important thing. You see the major takeaway from everything Merino talk. The players understand that nobody is the main character. Everybody they try for the benefit of the team, which is what I love. Although sometimes we see some kind of selfish behavior, again, this is supposed to pass, no go pass, but at least they kind of at the back of the mind say, don't try to be the major character. We are all here as a team and we have to see how we will succeed together, which is very, very key. Now, for those who know they are aware, Sean Dyche is set to replace Ange Postecoglou as the Nottingham Forest coach. In fact, Fabrizio Romano already break and say Sean Dyche is already like, here we go. I see the reports this evening. So here we go, Sean Dyche, the new manager for Nottingham Forest. But people just see they don't sack manager when they do it because manager don't agree with the Gaspar. Don't be saying now they do Gaspar. You get. So now they don't pursue that one. Manager will carry them go ahead. Now they don't take some few steps back. For them to even carry Sean Dyche, now the relegation party don't go for because that is his specialty. For them to go carry out. So they watch. Whether Sean Dyche now will come carry them go Europe. I don't really know. So we'll see how everything will unfold at the end of the day. Now, Opta. Talk say Arsenal now have a 54.5 chance of winning the Premier League according to Opta Supercomputer. Man City has 17.3, Liverpool 17.2 as they trail behind. As the season they go, as more games they come, that's why our probability chances they go high. But I bet Opta if you are there, let's share them right. Free us, leave us. I beg. No, all this thing are pressure. In fact, somebody entered my DM and was saying, CHUKS, this thing is set up. They just set Arsenal up because By the time we all lose back to back, now Man City can't go on. They'll say, hey, we said it. Of something I set up, but me, I don't believe, I don't believe it's not set up. I believe say this season, with all the indices I'm seeing, yes, all the signs and symbols, this is supposed to be the year. This is, yes. So now projection with the project based on the love we'll get for Arsenal. But it not go bad if we still win the league this season. It go to make sense. Yes. It go to make sense. But more just the watch. I'm not just the watch. Now, away from that. So Roy Keane gonna hail brilliant Arsenal and names 2 things where him feel say Arsenal gets, where Liverpool no get. You know, say based on the way things they go now. We never really hit stop gear. Do with the play. We have to sign new players. Just like Liverpool Man City sign new players. Our players never really acclimatized that much. You get. We are still work in progress. But right now, all the pundits, nobody has any bad thing to talk about us. Everybody just showering us with so much praises. Right now. See Roy Keane. Roy Keane will be one of our fiercest critics. See Roy Keane now. Well, let's dive into the reports. Now, Roy Keane was in the studio for the game on Merseyside and had this to say. Look at Arsenal against Fulham for how brilliant they are and how confident they are being top of the league. But when they lose the ball, forget about what they are doing in possession. They have really good players and are good at set pieces. But it's about what they are doing without the ball. They are hunting in packs. Tactics are out of the window. They are just closing the ball down all over the pitch. Arsenal success, and they still have a lot to do this season. But there's joy from hunting the ball down. They have pride and hunger. Have Liverpool lost that a little bit? I think they have. Because if you say Liverpool don't get that pride and hunger, you get, because Arsenal have been praised by Sky Sports pundit Roy Keane after their victory at the Fulham, you get, when they talk say, yes, we get pride and hunger, but Liverpool don't really get that. What's in the talk not true when you look at it? The way we close down teams without the ball, we know they go lone man, we know they use one person go mark, we go in pack like wolves, we hunt in packs. So we force you to make a mistake. At the end of the day, you go long. We force people to the extent they say you can't play all those intricate passes and build from the back against us, even if it will happen maybe on rare occasions. So you have to go long. And when you go long, we get plenty tall people for that field. You get. So we will still not debug on that 90% of the time. So that's just one thing that we do that I really like, and as Roy Keane talk, it resonated with me because something I have seen a couple of times. Now, Jamie Carragher also want to talk say, this is how Liverpool have to stop Arsenal from winning the league. In fact, I was watching Carragher on the Gary Neville podcast today, and I didn't talk all these things because Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher then did for the studio. They call it talk about Liverpool, talk about the future, talk about the league. Now, Carragher say in the fear, say Liverpool losing streak will continue because when you look at their next 2 games, Real Madrid, Brentford, and the G-Tech, itself no. That one don't say Liverpool no fit go win, but it no go easy. Now, when you look everything with Carragher say, I feared this happening. Because you can say it almost like once the invisibility is gone, a little bit like with Man City last season, every rebel team feels they've got a chance. See, now, Liverpool's fear factor, that invisibility, the cloak, it don't lose. So everybody feels say if they play Liverpool, they feel win. Once we make that a loss, where Carragher not really explain. Carragher own opinion be say Liverpool no understand the new pattern of the league. Now everybody they play long. That's not the major problem. The major problem is as soon as they lose one of the person where they feed Salah, Trent. Lose Trent. Then bring in new defenders, fullbacks. Yes. Those new defenders never really understand the league. Especially that Milokerke, so they don't play the league already. They play for Bournemouth, regarded as one of the best fullbacks, but they don't go big team. Like say, days. You don't go big team now. So that Milokerke and that Bradley and that Robertson, they are not it. That is why Anstors go prefer to play Dominic Szoboszlai as a right back instead of playing Frimpong. Frimpong they never really understand. So Carragher know they add these things to the variables so they do your own analysis, which is something I'm faulting him for. So now what affects the invisibility and the loss of Diogo Jota got rest his soul and the loss of Luis Diaz. Remove that we knew that and they lose chance anyhow. But you see that Luis Diaz, go and check his goal contributions for Bayern this season. He has been phenomenal. Why did they let him go? Just like you asked, let Ashley go. Give him the money he deserves to show his status. Now no gree pay him the money. Now men still there, they collect peanuts. They don't go there and double the salary. That was the major issue. How do you spend over 400 million to make your team worse? Make it make sense. Team way good. Some people go, you can't spend 400 million or more. The team can't do worse than it was before. Now the major issue with them gets, they will still get better, but at the moment they never gel, they never click. That's just it. Now what thing just affects them in this now, and people don't already pay attention to them. Now the new narrative from Karagana be say Arsenal they play well now. Yes, he give Arsenal that one, but him feels say for March and April, if Arsenal still dey first, Arsenal go get nervous. Panic will enter Arsenal body because the season will soon end, and Arsenal no understand how to dey carry points they go because they never win the league for a long time, so they go panic. Therefore, make Man City and Liverpool ensure say by April and March they still dey close to Arsenal, maybe 2 points or 3 points, so that once panic sets in, they will overtake Arsenal because it has happened before. Because when you look at Arsenal's antecedents, at some point last 2 seasons or thereabout, we were leading Man City with 8 points, and Man City came from behind and won the league. That's why 9B Carragher new narrative. Gary Neville himself re-echoed the same sentiment. But one thing they need to understand is this Arsenal you see today are built different. They now have experience. They are not the same inexperienced side that did this thing you are talking about. In fact, people in this type of narrative, personally, I don't really blame them because that is part of our history. And the best thing to do is to rewrite that history by ensuring that this season we don't repeat the same mistakes of the old that we have done. Now, the only way, once we do it this season and win the league, nobody will mention all this type of thing again. So when you hear people say this, I leave them, man, don't be March, don't be April, leave them. They go do that. Even my wife said they talk about. Say, why you say when they don't reach when time season on the end, now we just have to play rubbish. What do you say about talk? I will say, well, now injury now. I say now injury because of that. But this time around, we are equipped. We can't give injury excuse because we have the squad, and we have the will, the grit, the determination, the hunger, the desire. Like whatever adjective, whatever I want to qualify the way we feel, Papa will get everything. Now we and them this season, we will. Another thing is when I know verse, so say this today's show long small. We enter 40 minutes, so I don't need like 30 something minutes now. I've been talking. If I make I pause this record, make I think. Yeah, so I'm back refreshed. Now, make I just read what Carragher talk, the quotation. Maybe I see we say what I talk and what he talk. He say after we get nervous in March and April because they haven't won a league for so long, and Liverpool and Manchester City need to make sure they are not far too out in front where they can affect that. And that's the thing with Liverpool now losing these 3 points. I think they will lose more. They've got to keep Arsenal within arm's length of them. Now, in the last 2 seasons, Arsenal led the title race going to the running, only to suffer a death collapse, allowing Man City to lift the trophy instead. So now own narrative with action. I don't see the point where they make, but we know we'll let that thing happen. That's just the way it is. Now, also, equally talking, the worry for them is that I think they're going to lose more points from now till the end of February. Though in the fear for your own team, so we cannot waste time about that. So let us proceed. Now, Fabrizio Romano talk say your club they open door about coming back to Liverpool because they ask and say, "Should I go coach anything for England?" Because I said I will never coach a team in England again, but that means if it's Liverpool, theoretically it's possible. So it's possible for him to actually coach Liverpool. Yes, if the opportunity arises, which means they're going to need to sack what they call them slots for him to get a chance to come and coach the team. All right, let's bring you a message from another of our sponsor who has this Toyota RAV4 American spec. This is a Tokumbo. You get 6-cylinder engine, 5 seaters. Then the mileage is 110,225 kilometers. The location is Lagos. Very affordable, 10 million naira. So if you're interested in this beauty, you can contact Mr. Uche on +234 70388 69667. So the number is on the screen. You can see it at the bottom as I show you more pictures. So if you're interested in this RAV4, you can get in touch with Mr. Uche to get this Tokumbo beauty. Now, away from that, so we're going to see another report. Who going to hear say Jurgen Klopp on refusing to be compared to former Arsenal boss Arsene Wenger. So they going to ask to compare him to Wenger and say, I beg. Don't be disrespectful to Arsene. Yes. Because they asked me about Arsene Wenger. What? Don't be disrespectful to Arsene, please. Arsene's football is like an orchestra. My team plays like a heavy metal band because Arsene Wenger did a whole lot for the EPL. In fact, I think he's in the Hall of Fame for coaches or thereabouts. Yes, I think he's there with Sir Alex and co. So when you check the Arsenal training today, pictures are out on the social media. So good vibes. Everybody just they happy, they just the jaye, you get. But one thing will really make me happy. Now when I see the picture of Ben White and Piero Incapi, two of them, but the training session, Ben White is back. Oh my thank God for Timber. You said Timber no day now, so White will they give us all this 1 hour. 1 hour. Come today, no come tomorrow. Come today, no come tomorrow. I also will see. So I just be very happy that at least White don't come. So we can give Timber a breather. Give him some rest. Well-deserved rest. This Champions League now, I will not be surprised if Ateta ring the changes. You get Matthew Skelly. Now the question will become: Shana Matthew Skelly will start against Atletico Madrid. Abina Piero Incapi. Who will start? Who will be for bench? Because I believe two of them will feature tomorrow. For the right side, Shana Timber again. Abina White will start. Timber will finish her because something has to give. Get we can't keep playing everybody every three days. Get that's why you get this big squad and you have to trust all the players there. So most of them see is Martinelli going to start and Trossard sit on the bench? Like so many. You see now when Madueke don't come back now, hell, Saka for still gets more resting. Yeah, but just see everything will unfold at the end of the day. Now the traveling contingent from Spain where they come England. So when you check Atletico Madrid squad, you can't see their squad, but we see Conor Gallagher, Koke. This Koke don't play, Koke don't hold. Then Salot, Solot. That guy a very bad striker. That's Solot. That guy thought, cross or not. So he will get back with Gabriel Magalhaes. That's Solot. Guy, Sabi play. Now, away from that, okay, this is here we go. I was telling you about Fabrizio Romano, saying post about Sean Dyche, said already go Nottingham Forest, so that was empty. At the same time, remember I said Sweden sacked their coach, so Gyökeres and Isak don't get any coach. So Graham Potter now be the new coach of Sweden, so he's going to be the one in charge over there. So we'll just see make everything go well for them. Now whether they will come qualify for Champions League, I don't want me to call no. Yes, so we'll just watch out things will go for them. So let's bring you a message from one of our sponsors, Moby Wealth Associates and Co Limited. They are into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They are also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you call them on +234 80 34, and they're located on number 7 Ekenwo Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. So the biggest news of the night as we prepare for the Champions League, now I think that they talk about the Premier League. Every game is a must-win. Get as we plan to win the league this season. And with that being said, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show and then come your way later tomorrow morning to give you the morning. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Now good night. I'm gonna get out. All right, guys. Ciao.